Selamun Aleyküm. Salatu vesselamu ala Resulullah Muhammedin seyyidina ve nefsine ve de Resulullah ve de sadat ashabı. Mededen şahın desturu ala şallah fazla sanşahın ve hafal tarikatuna as-suhba vel hayru fil cemiyye. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve razzâku zul kuvvetil metin. Sadakallahul azim. Razzak Allah Azze ve Celle'dir.
It is Him, Allah Almighty, who is the provider. It is Him, Allah Almighty, who is the sustainer.
Allah Azze ve Celle rızkı veren O'dur.
It is Him who gives your provision.
Bunu insanlar unutmuş.
But people have forgotten about this.
Rızkı başkasının yanında arıyorlar.
They are looking for their provisions with somebody else.
Başkası da bir elden veriyor, öteki elden alıyor.
But those people they are requesting their provisions from, those people give with the one hand, and with the other hand they take.
Fasit daire derler buna eskiler. Şimdikiler de kısır döngü derler.
And people find themselves trapped in a vicious circle.
Yani ben alıyorum, fazla istiyorum, o pazarlık yapıyor, sana şeyi veriyor.
On the one side, people ask and they request and they ask for more, and then they negotiate to get more.
Biraz artırıyor. Sana aldığın para, ondan sonra öteki türlü çakallar, kurtlar, bu parası oldu, bu parayı alalım diye verilen paranın 2 misli senden gidiyor.
So people, they ask for more. They ask for more money, they negotiate, they may get increased money. But then what happens is that on the one side they've managed to get more, but then on the other side, the wolves, the jackals, they look at that person and see, now that person has more money. Let's take from that person money. So they take back double what he got.
Gene aynı şekilde gene bana para ver, işte yetmiyor para.
Then the person says, the money you gave me, it's still not enough, give me more.
Zor bela gene veriliyor o para. Gene o çakallar, tilkiler, hırsızlar, sen gene o verilen paranın 2 misli alıyor.
Then that person does indeed get more, but then what happens is again the same. They say, that person now has more money, the jackals, the wolves, the foxes, the thieves, and then they say, that person has now more money, let's get from that person even more money back.
Bu defa daha kötü de hale düşüyorsun, daha kötü vaziyete düşüyorsun.
And thus that person who requests and asks for more money ends up in a vicious circle, and his circumstance deteriorates more and more. As he wants and gets more, he's taking away more than he actually gets.
Onun için Allah'a yalvarmak lazım. Allah'tan istemek lazım.
Therefore, you should not be asking from people. You should not be expecting or requesting from people, but should ask and expect from Allah Almighty.
Kuldan istersen kulun vereceği bir taraftan veriyor, öteki taraftan 2 mislini alıyor senden.
If you expect from people to give, then yeah, people may give to you, but then on the other side, they may take away from you twice the amount of what they gave.
Yani sen kendini kazanmış zannediyorsun, seviniyorsun.
You're happy that you got more.
Ondan sonra bir bakıyorsun hiçbir şey yok, daha beter vaziyette olmuş.
But then you look and you see that everything's gone, and you are in debt, and the situation has even turned worse.
Bu Lübnan halkı vardı bundan 4-5 sene önce.
4 or 5 years ago, there was an event happening in Lebanon.
Hükümet çalıyor ediyor diye
People were complaining about the government, that the government was stealing away their money.
kıyamet koparttılar. Milyonlarca insanlar şeye endi.
People in Lebanon then rioted. They protested on the streets.
Yürüyüş yaptı. Bankalara şey yaptı, kızdı.
And they rioted, protested against the banks. People shouted and cried.
Ondan sonra bir baktık. Bankalar bunlara hiçbir para vermeye başladı. Para yok dedi.
And then the banks started saying, "We can't give your money back. There's no money left."
Yani 3 kuruş alıyorlardı. Dünyanın en kötü vaziyete geldiler şimdi.
They were getting 3 pennies at least, but now things have become worse and worse, so that they are in the most terrible state.
Yani o zamanda her zaman Allah'tan isteyin ki,
Therefore, always ask and expect and request from Allah Almighty.
Allah kaldırır bu pahalılığı, fakirliği, rızık veren Allah'tır.
It is Him, Allah Almighty, who will and can change the situation, who can take away the expensiveness, who can take away the poverty. It is Him, Allah Almighty, who gives provision.
Kuldan istersen dediğimiz gibi bir taraftan veriliyor, öteki taraftan uçuyor.
However, if you ask from people, request from people, then you're getting from the one hand, from the one side, and from the other side, it is flying away and disappearing.
Bir taraftan gidiyor, işte dönüyor, aynı şey, yani o kısır döngü dediği budur, fasit daire demek budur.
And you find yourself trapped in a vicious circle where you cannot progress, but move round and round in a circle which you cannot escape.
Yani başka çıkış yok. Sen insanların biraz akıllı olması lazım insanlara.
There is no other escape except expecting from Allah Almighty. If you have a mind, if you are intelligent, then you must believe in Allah Almighty.
Akıllı insan Allah'a inanan insandır.
A clever person is someone who believes in Allah Almighty.
Rızkı veren Allah diye ona yönelen, ondan isteyendir.
A clever person knows that it is Him, Allah Almighty, who gives provision, and a clever person is somebody who then turns towards his Lord Allah Almighty and asks from Him.
Ondan isteyelim, Allah rızkımızı versin.
May we ask from Allah Almighty, may we ask Him, Allah Almighty, to give our provision.
Kimseye muhtaç etmesin.
May Allah Almighty make us not depend on anyone else except Him.
Bu insanların eline oyuncak etmesin bizi.
May Allah Almighty protect us from becoming the toys in the hands of those people.
Allah muhafaza etsin insanları.
May Allah Almighty protect people.
İmanla olan insan rızkını Allah verir.
Those who have faith know that it is Him, Allah Almighty, who gives them their provision.
Bereket verir. Berekettir mühim olan.
And those who believe in Allah Almighty will be bestowed upon their provision plus the blessings and the abundance of that provision.
Bereketi senden hırsızlar, yüzsüzler, çakallar, tilkiler alamaz.
That barakah, that blessing cannot be taken away and cannot be stolen by those thieves.
Malını alır şeyini ama bereket olunca, bereket isteyince bereketini alamaz.
Thieves may steal your property, but in your possession, but thieves cannot steal the barakah, the blessing by Allah Almighty.
Allah yardım etsin insanlara.
May Allah Almighty help people.
Allah akıl fikir versin hepimize.
And may Allah Almighty give us all a clear understanding and thinking and reasoning to think and understand.
İnşallah. Ve Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.